Look, if you haven't heard Sail North's Tale of the Shadow, you're missing out on one of the best sea shanties of all time, so make sure to take a listen first. The only problem is, it didn't have anything to do with Star Wars. Here you go.
I'm out in Tatooine to search for Star Destroyers like my mom told me. A dreadnought filled with credits and she sails alone. No crew, no rebel ragtag band can splice the one the system calls the Shadow. A place cantina bet. I grab my droids and blaster, it's just 1 parsec. My scoundrel crew conspiring with the stars outside, through asteroid belts with perils fraught, to reach the Star Destroyer called the Shadow. No one can splice the one the system calls the Shadow. Shields left, roll right. Hold tightly to her helm or burn as fuel cells ignite. Punch out to hyperspace. The galaxy will try to keep us from the Shadow. None can splice the one the system calls the Shadow. A supernova blew, the ship's alarms resounded, but resolve was true. We blasted all our thrusters, shouting we'll break through. The galaxy can't hold us back, there's nothing that can keep us from the Shadow. TIE fighters on our tail, the Empire raged against us, tried to break our will. A death mark on my head, they thirsted for the kill. Our spacecraft reeling to and fro to bear us to the one they call the Shadow. None can keep us from the one they call the Shadow. Shields left, roll right. Hold tightly to her helm or burn as fuel cells ignite. Punch it to hyperspace. The galaxy will try to keep us from the Shadow. None can splice the one the system calls the Shadow. A boom engulfed the black as exiting from hyperspace, it's a trap. I had a feeling that was bad, but still we prepped the ship to board the Shadow. As we approached her base, detected not a thing except some gamma rays. No signs of fight or flight were in her, all was well, until I powered up her helm. Her computer came alive, she spliced my crew before my eyes. She locked my sight and cursed me captain of the Shadow. She took my eyes and cursed me captain of the Shadow. Shields left, roll right. Steer clear of her, I fear she'll splice your brain, she'll take your life. Punch it to hyperspace. She'll claim the minds of those who try to splice the Shadow. None can splice the one the system calls the Shadow. None can splice the one the system calls the Shadow.